In this video, I'm gonna cover 10 ways that you can lose weight without diet or exercise. Hello fam, and welcome to my channel. My name's Melissa Neal, and if you don't know me, this channel is all about helping you, if you're a woman over 40, get in great shape. And I know that many of you watching this are perhaps going through a stage where you can't exercise, but you need to understand some of the steps you can put in place to actually lose weight. Let's get into my 10 ways to lose weight without diet or exercise. Number 1 is eating for our hormones. So when we're over 40, we need to focus on a healthy whole foods diet. But in particular, it's really great if we can get some good fats in. And good fats are things like avocado, olive oil, coconut oil, MCT oil, nuts, nut butter, oily fish, fish oil supplements. And they are great for balancing our hormones, which means that that will also help us with weight loss. Because one of the reasons that we retain a lot of weight as we get older is because of our fluctuating hormones. My number 2 tip is eat lots of protein. So without weighing your food out or doing anything like that, just eat plenty of lean protein at every single meal and snack. So that's things like chicken breast, fish, tofu, soya mince, beans and pulses. Low-fat Greek yogurt is great as well. Some of those nuts that have got good fats in them also have protein, and eggs are a really good source of protein. One of the great things about protein is it's really good for keeping us satiated, and our body finds it hard to break down protein. So that means it's good for fat burning and it's good for weight loss. My number 3 tip is fill your plate with veg. You are not going to get fat from veg. But what that does is if you eat lots of veg at every meal, it's going to keep you full and it's going to look good on the plate that you've got actually loads of food when actually they're kind of really low in calories. My number 4 tip is portion control, but just do that by buying smaller dinner plates. So I like to use one like this, which is 9 inches by the time you've taken off the rim. So there's only a small amount of food that you can actually fit on that plate. My number 5 tip is don't drink your calories. So soda drinks with lots of sugar and coffees and lattes. The lattes and cappuccinos that you buy out, they're loaded with calories. A latte that's really extravagant latte can have as much as 500 calories, and then just an ordinary latte can have 200 calories. And that's the same kind of calories that you can get from eating a whole meal. My number 6 tip is drink a gallon of water. There are lots of reasons to drink water, but water's going to give you that feeling of feeling full. It flushes out your system and it actually helps you lose weight. And so if a gallon seems like a bit much to start off with, try half a gallon and build up from there. And a gallon is about 4 litres. My number 7 tip is get more sleep. I know this is difficult, particularly as we get older. I struggle to sleep myself because I'm going through the menopause. We can do some things to try and get more sleep. So it's having less screen time before you go to bed, going to bed at the same time and getting up at the same time every day. And I'm trying out at the moment and I'm finding I'm having some success with it. A weighted blanket, it really does help me get back to sleep if I do wake up in the night. And having a calming bedroom that's free from clutter is also really important for getting sleep. My number 8 tip is to try and reduce your stress. And I know this is hard when you are stressed, isn't it, to reduce your stress? But it's looking at mindful techniques, maybe taking something up like yoga or just something else that you can enjoy to take time out to relax. Because if we're anxious and stressed, what can happen is that raises our cortisol levels. And when we've got high cortisol levels, it's really hard to lose weight, especially when we're over 40 and when we're going through the menopause. Talking of being mindful, my number 9 tip is eating mindfully. And I know this is really hard, isn't it? It's slowing down the rate you eat. It's taking lots of chews, so between 10 and 20 chews, not having any distractions while you're eating. And it's about tasting and smelling the food and really taking time out to actually enjoy the food. And what will happen if we eat mindfully is we'll actually feel fuller much quicker when we're taking our time to eat our food. So it means that maybe we won't be going back for seconds or still feeling hungry when we finished a plate of food. My number 10 tip is dealing with sugar cravings and cravings for high fat, salty food, emotional eating or stress eating. All those things are ways that we don't have control over what we're eating, aren't they? And often when we address those, actually we just lose the weight without needing to focus on the diet too much. So what are the things that we can do around emotional stress eating or cravings? Well, the first thing is to distract ourselves when we do have a trigger for eating something that's high sugar, high fat and high salt. So it might be going for a walk, playing some music, going on social media, going on YouTube even and watching me. Anything that's going to distract you. And then if that doesn't work, take 5 minutes and write down in that 5 minutes, keep a journal and write down how you're feeling. And if it's something that's an emotion that's causing you to want to reach for something, then it's a really good idea to get that down on paper. And then if after that 5 minutes you still feel like eating it, then go ahead. But often that really stops us. And the mindful technique that I talked about before this, that is another way of stopping cravings and emotional eating. All these tips are methods that I do use myself, and I do find them really useful and helpful, and I hope that you do too. And if you've got some other tips that I haven't mentioned, please do leave them in the comments section and give this video the thumbs up and hit the subscribe button and get the bell notification so you're notified when my videos first drop, because I do lots of videos all about fitness and weight loss for women over 40. And if you're on Instagram or TikTok, do give me a follow there because I cover all this stuff there too.